Ladies, U.S. Olympian Kim Glass shared that she was recently attacked by a homeless man in downtown Los Angeles. This story is terrifying. Take a look.
A big metal bolt, like pipe, hit me right here. It happened so fast. He literally flung it from the street, so he was not even close to me at all.
Kim also mentioned that the attack took place after she was leaving lunch with a friend and that bystanders held down the homeless man until authorities arrived at the scene. What are your thoughts on this story, SYLEENA? Let's go to you first.
You know what? It's outrageous. It's tragic. It's absolutely ridiculous. The homeless, LA, now y'all live there, so y'all know how it is in regards to the homeless. My cousin lives there, and she says that literally is so many homeless people in LA. Yes. That like when she walks outside her apartment complex, she's literally stepping over bodies. Yeah. What can be done? Governor Newsom, you do some great things, but something really needs to be done about the homeless community in LA. It's almost like they have accepted it and, just don't pay it any attention anymore. And now it's growing even more. So, I mean, you guys live there. You guys can speak to it better than me, but I know my family there has been, they complain about it all the time. So
here's what the thing is, though. Homeless is getting out of control, but see, it is an illness and a mental illness as well, and drug infested. So you're dealing with so many different people that don't have no place to go, and the other ones that figure out that the government will help. So it's easier for them to do that opposed to get out there and really get clean and really do what they're supposed to be doing. And I feel so bad because when you are up against a homeless person and their adrenaline for the drug and for the need to attack is so strong, you cannot win. We can't win up against the man anyway, but one that's like that and has some type of I mean, so, you hit with something, it's almost like you can't fight back because the attack is real, it's strong on you. Like you can't really hurt them because somebody is on adrenaline and they just like strong as an ox. To look at her face. Yeah. And to see how pretty of a woman that she is. First, I'm glad she survived, but even the gash in her nose, that's gonna leave a mark in her face.
Horrible.
You know what I mean? That's
and there's more things for us to be scared of as Black women. Like I'm sick of it.
VIVICA, what do you think? What do you think about this story?
I mean, this is just so sad. I mean, I hate to tell you, I mean, I love California, I really do, but downtown has really, really gotten out of control. But you all have to realize too, that for a while they pushed, LA was known for Skid Row, and then that huge epidemic that was going on where they were dumping mental patients, where they had but before cameras became really big, that they were showing like them dumping people, just dumping them out on the streets.
Wow.
And they kind of pushed them out of the city to do all of the construction due to us getting these sports teams that we have, the Lakers, the Clippers, all of these sports teams, football teams. And so they kind of pushed them onto the outskirts and then also dumped a lot of them in the valley. Yes. So like LISARAYE was saying, that it's like the homeless epidemic has just exploded in LA. I can remember driving along, where you would go from Westwood on San Vicente, then going toward Brentwood. And it was like a city along the side of the fence. I was like, wow. When did this happen? So like you said, SYLEENA, Governor Newsom, you're doing a lot of wonderful things. I do hear that they are trying to take over old buildings and old apartments and convert them into homes to try to get them off the street, shelter for the homeless. So I pray that we get in control of this. But I will say this to especially women. If you're going downtown in LA, you got to have that head on a swivel. Yeah. You got to look over your head, your shoulders. I mean, if you see somebody that, don't mean to discriminate, but, either be with somebody, cross the street. I know that I do. When I see somebody that I feel, maybe a little, not all there.
It needs to be something even bigger than that, because when you think about housing them, that's going to become a problem because now they're all rushing into one place to get there. And then they're still getting high inside that building. So now that building is in jeopardy of a fire or somebody molesting somebody in there, being pushed in there. Right?
Well, if they make it a government sanctioned shelter. Yeah, like when I was in Chicago, back when I used to live in Chicago, I used to go to homeless shelters and feed them, like cook big dinners for the homeless. And it was a very organized homeless shelter. Like they would make them get up and go look for jobs. Like they had programs for them. So if they implemented proper programs and different things for them to do, you know, they had professionals in there that helped with the mental illness aspect. You know, if they really put money into it, and maybe that's what defunding the police could be about, okay, and they put money into it, it may be something that's beneficial for them and allow them to have some form of life.
So back in the day, Ronald Reagan was
as bad as the other ones. The ones that are really feeling like they don't need any help and they on the expressway ramp asking for money so they can go get their next hit. They ain't trying to get no help because they don't see nor feel that they are damaged goods or in jeopardy of anything.
So back in the day, Ronald Reagan was a big part of how this thing got started. I know he's a blast from the past, but you know, they cut a lot of the funding for the mental health facilities in California and released thousands of mentally ill patients into the streets of LA. And that's when Skid Row was really popped off. And, you know, it's the perfect storm of events, right? You've got that, you've got outrageous rents. I looked at a piece the other day that said to be a renter in Los Angeles, you have to make like $105,000 a year. The average person is not making that. To be a homeowner, it's like $170 you have to make to be able to qualify for a house. So housing is out of control in Los Angeles. Gas is out of control. Our chicken breast is out of control. Everything is higher in California, right? So it's like it's not just mentally ill and it's not just drug addicts. It's the average person, the single mother of two cannot make it work in Los Angeles. I used to go downtown with a couple missions and help out and feed, and I would talk to them. And it is so sad what is going on down there. And like Vivica said, there's encampments in Beverly Hills now. And get back to the sister, I will say this about this story, Kim Glass. The positive from this story is for once, instead of people, I don't want to get involved and that's none of my business, they held this man down and protected this Black woman. So I got to say kudos for that because we don't really see a lot of that.
Yeah. And kudos
she recovers from that, you know.
Yeah. I'm glad that she's okay because he literally could have killed her.
He could have blinded her because the eye was, you know.
He could have hit her in the head.
But she had her lashes on. She gave props for her lashes still being on.
That one lash was definitely hanging on.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys.